we have the Pop-Tarts Bowl. If you haven't heard of that one before, it's because it was formerly the Cheez-Its Bowl, formerly I think the Outback Bowl or something like that. It's been a long line of changing sponsors here. We have number 18 NC State against number 25 Kansas State. The Wildcats are 2.5-point favorites at time of recording, and the over-under is set at 47.5 points. This game kicks off Thursday evening at 5:45 p.m. Eastern on ESPN from Camping World Stadium, stadium in which this is about all they do is play bowl games. It is in Orlando. Lots of personnel stuff to go through on either side. For NC State starting off, quarterback MJ Morris came in and then decided that he wanted to redshirt and transfer, so he actually sat himself out after Week 10 to preserve that redshirt, So it's going to be the Brennan Armstrong show moving forward. They're missing a lot of rotators and starting defensive tackle CJ Clark. Like, nobody's super major. Their best defensive player, Butkus Award winner Peyton Wilson, he will play. Linebacker, absolute stud. He is going to play in this game. Kansas State, of course, offensive coordinator Colin Klein is gone for Texas A&M. Starting quarterback Will Howard is in the portal. Safety Kobe Savage is in the portal. Starting corner Will Lee is in the portal. They're missing a lot of guys. Their top two target getters on the team, Phillip Brooks, Ben Sinnott, they're both in the portal as well. Or I'm sorry, those guys are going to the NFL. They opted out. There's so much going on. Those guys are going to the NFL. Either way, they're not playing. So now the leading target getter on the team remaining is actually running back DJ Giddens, who's been absolutely electric. He has almost 40 targets on the season, which is just great for a running back. And I have not seen any word on star lineman Cooper Beebe yet. We'll see if he plays or not. He is supposed to be a high-round NFL draft pick. Now, Avery Johnson will get the start at quarterback for Kansas State. He's an excellent dual threat. And also, this is a little bit of a preview for next year. If you missed a couple of the games that he played in this year, specifically against TCU, he had 5 rushing touchdowns in his debut. So if you are unfamiliar with Avery Johnson, this is the time where you get to see kind of what Kansas State has in him. He's one of their highest rated recruits of all time, according to 247 Sports. Now, him and Giddens in the backfield, absolutely dynamic, but they're going up against an NC State defense that's super stout against the run. They've allowed 113 yards per game on the ground. That's 20th least in the country. And that's going against a rushing attack that's getting almost 200 yards per game for Kansas State, which is 14th in the country. Now, I liked NC State at +3. If you're able to jump in that early, well, that's a good bet. I'm not sure we'll get it back, so let's see if we can dig a little bit deeper and find something that is actionable, something you can bet today. Since returning from being benched, Brennan Armstrong actually hasn't really turned the ball over. Early in the year, he was an absolute disaster. He was erratic. It's kind of like, what are you getting from him? But since he came back in Week 11, 0 turnovers on the ground or through the air. NC State, they're a bit more intact, but to be honest, I'm still a little bit uneasy placing a wager on Brennan Armstrong just from the past in history there. My favorite prop in this game, if you're looking at team props, neither team to score 30 points. You can get that -125 at DraftKings. I do think that this is going to be a low-scoring affair. The total suggests it's a low-scoring affair. I'm not sure either team gets to 30. So that's my favorite prop, and if you're looking for a side or a winner, I would probably take NC State to win this game outright. Better defense, more intact, coaching staff's intact. That's the way that I dice this one.